Watching movies and dying inside. Watching movies and dying inside.
Ah, I want to eat your blood. Just kidding. It's me, George Morrow. For today's spooky Halloween episode, we're going to be looking at Daniel Espinosa's 2022 film, Morbius. Now, a lot of people at the time were confused, thinking, why Morbius? Who is Morbius? How Morbius? But actually, Morbius has a long history in Marvel Comics as a leading man and supporting character. After his first appearance in Spider-Man, Morbius went on to appear in Vampire Tales, and eventually in the 1990s headlined his own comic. Oh my god. So for that reason, it's not entirely surprising he would get his own movie. There seemed to be a bit of a trend, though, with Morbius. Every couple of years he'd get a push, he'd get his own comic, with a new status quo and supporting cast. Then after a couple of years it would kind of fizzle out, and then he would go back to a status quo of a tortured, murderous loner. Then eventually he'd get his own book again, with a new supporting cast, new status quo. A couple of years later it would fizzle out, and then it would just go back to basics. As a comic fan, I've seen a number of the Marvel films, but Morbius slipped past me. So I'm hoping it's entertaining enough, and that by the end I won't be dying inside. Fingers crossed.
Watching movies and dying inside. Watching movies and dying inside.
Fun fact, for most of the 1980s, Morbius was actually cured, I think after being struck by lightning or something. And then when he went to trial for all the murders he committed, She-Hulk was able to get him off by saying that Morbius the vampire was a separate personality. But then I guess they realized there was, a value to having the character around, so he just turned into a vampire again. Comics. What was that whole morbing time thing about a couple of years ago? That's kind of weird. Yeah, that was like a thing for a while. But it wasn't, no. Let me say, it wasn't actually in the movie. Yeah, can't have been.
It's Morbid time.
Why does that guy have a gun? Why did he start shooting him? I guess that's why he brought the gun, so he could start shooting. Obviously. I guess we're not supposed to feel bad for him killing all these guys because, they were kind of mean. And one of them was a jerk. And what are these guys, supposed to be, why is there a team of mercenaries on a boat that is, basically a floating lab? It's kind of a shame you can't really see what's going on, because it seems like it's kind of interesting. And didn't they actually, re-release this in theaters because of the Morbing Time meme? That's kind of funny, and then it, bombed again? That's actually hilarious. I mean, it's feel bad for the filmmakers and everything, but, that's on the studio. That's hilarious. Why is it so dark in that hallway? Why are the lights so creepy? Wait, why are they just finding the body? There's so many people there, and they're just finding that dead body? That's really odd. I remember hearing that Matt Smith was playing a character based on this character Crown from 90s Spider-Man comics, who appeared a few times in a Morbius arc, and then later on there was a vampire named Hunger who had a weird side ponytail that looked terrible. And then they revealed that Hunger was actually Crown. And then, I guess the rumors were Matt Smith was playing Crown. But I guess he's just playing Milo. I mean, not that I'm complaining, because Crown and Hunger are both pretty terrible and forgettable. but, you know. What's with the weird smoke effect? How did that happen? What is going on? You know, not that Morbius has a particularly robust rogues gallery, but I feel like they probably could have done better than just coming up with best friend turned evil vampire. This is really boring. I mean, Morbius looks cool, but you don't really see him, and he hasn't really done anything. I feel like this movie is like it's got to be coming up like into the third act, and I still feel like it's like nothing has really happened.
And like the victims before them, they were completely drained of their blood, earning the killer the moniker vampire murderer. The prime suspect,
Clever.
renowned scientist.
Yeah, this movie's a shame because you have really good actors trying to make something bad work. Like, I kind of wondered why Jared Harris was even in this movie when he maybe had like 3 lines in the first, hour and 15 minutes? And I guess now that he's finally given something to do, he's killed off, I guess. But yeah, Jared Leto is trying, Matt Smith is going, kind of interestingly over the top, but yeah, this is pretty bad. I guess this movie's killing me. This is rough. 1 hour and 23 minutes, but yeah, Morbius is killing me. I cannot tell what's going on. When you actually can see Morbius, he looks pretty cool. When you can see him. Remember back in the old Spider-Man cartoon, Morbius, I guess he couldn't actually bite people, so instead he'd come at him with, suction cups on his hands, and then he would, just, suck blood out of people's necks that way? That was strange. Oh, this is so awful. You can't see anything. Okay. Whew. So, that was Morbius. When they started fighting, and you just couldn't see anything, that's kind of when I clocked out. It's also very predictable, rushed through a lot of things. I am struggling to think of any defining characteristic for any of the characters. I'm surprised it took me so long to kind of get to a point where I was dying inside. But it happened, and when it did, it was rough. Also noticing at the very end of the credits, there is a special thanks to Howard Mackey, who wrote the issues that introduced the aforementioned Crown/Hunger. So it's possible that was what the character was supposed to be at some point before he became Milo. Yeah, that was Morbius.